This is granting me everything. It's granting me an outlet.
Why not have your name go on forever?
The important thing is that we attract the kind of people that believe in that and that relate to that and can collaborate on whatever it is that they do in the world.
We just working extremely hard to make sure that people understand that this is what we want to do. So we just trying to excel at any cost.
Bad Crowd is a group of the most creative kids of this generation out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. This version of Bad Crowd started maybe like around 2010, I think. Me and Went were doing some things together in the city, making a little noise. Bo, around the same time, was doing the same thing on his own. I knew Bo from way back. We ended up just like running, crossing paths again.
We were both in college at the University of Alabama at the time that we sat down and had the meeting in December 2010. And I brought in my laptop and I had this huge presentation ready for Travis, and I was going to show him all my music and everything I'd been working on. And so we came up with this idea for the Bad Crowd. I brought him my presentation. I showed him maybe the first eighth of it, and he was sold.
Let's make a good group of people doing dope stuff and move together and do it, because we got a better chance of doing it together than all trying to do it individually alone.
And so the Bad Crowd is just it's a conglomerate of millennial generation kids, really, who came together and worked on something, had a vision for something, and we've worked on it every single day and night, day and night, day and night for years now.
Because we took it very serious. It wasn't like we're making rap music, we're gonna play around with it. I'm like, yo, if we're gonna really do this, like we gotta do this. Like, I'm not trying to be sitting here making music all day and like, let's do some tours and stuff.
It's the Bad Crowd, man.
But my love for music and my drive for music began at a very young age, having a lot of time to myself, just to kind of look at things and listen to things, and I wanted to recreate a lot of what I heard and saw.
Ever since I was young, I've always, had a thing for making noise and music and stuff like that. I used to walk around the house beatboxing and hitting on the wall and all stuff like that. I was the section leader in my high school band. I went to college, I even played a year in the band there.
I was always good with words. Like, if I was bad at everything else in school, I was always good at English. I was just like, you know what? I actually think that I can do this. This is my thing. Like, I don't see me doing anything else.
I decided from a very early age I wanted to be in music. I was raised going to choir and being in church choir. And from there, like around middle school, high school, I learned, I started teaching myself how to play guitar and keyboard, and then eventually I learned how to play drums. And then eventually that led to engineering and DJing. It was kind of like a weird loop, but I've always enjoyed doing it, and I knew that even if I'm gonna struggle doing it, I'm gonna try and make a living in music.
Won't live it again.
I like collaborating with people because it gives you a chance to, go into another person's world and kind of, mesh your thoughts and your, recording process.
Collaborating is something I think that's essential in music. It's a wonderful thing because you get certain people from different backgrounds all providing their insight on it.
I think that collaborating is such an important piece of the puzzle of how to make things move more efficiently in the world.
Two heads are better than one. Like, it's good to get someone else's opinion on something.
I like recording with Went because, aside from that, he's, aside from him being my brother, he's, on a different little mindset. So we kind of mesh really well when it comes to music and stuff. So I have a lot of songs with him on, my previous projects and stuff like that.
He get on my nerves. Like, we brothers, we've been knowing each other for so long.
I started rapping before Went, so he was always, with me, and I would always, well, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna rap this song. He had a hard time trying to get into doing rap at first because he didn't really know what he wanted to do or how he wanted to portray himself. when people hear Tuscaloosa, they automatically, assume, Alabama football. They don't really care to hear about a rap scene or a music scene in general coming from Tuscaloosa.
That's the thing. That's why we're doing what we do. That's why we have to do what we're doing the way that we're doing it, because no one cares because it's from Alabama. They're like, oh, but you're just some kid from Alabama.
It's just difficult. Like when we send out music submissions and we try to submit to these major blogs and stuff like that, we tell them, okay, I'm from Alabama. I actually had somebody tell me one time, well, maybe you shouldn't even tell them you're from Alabama, but that's what kind of made me mad. Why would you not represent where you're from?
That's been the biggest obstacle for us so far. Being able to attract the right people that we need to. There's no real outlet even here to put this stuff out. We've not only created, but we've distributed every single piece of artwork or entertainment, whatever you want to call it. We've done all of it from top to bottom. And I think that's been the biggest obstacle so far, is figuring out how to take that to the next level and get it not only into the right hands to get us the resources, but into the right ears and minds of people who would want to intake our messages.
I know they see it. I won't blow my seats.